Waiting to see what Kentucky's plan is going to look like, but right now the committee that's working on it is making it seem like it'll be sort of a hybrid between absentee and mail-in voting. Rob, the good news here is that we have some other states we can look at that are good examples of how this might look.
Yeah, and specifically understand what the absentee voting options might look like. Now, I need to say, nothing has officially been announced yet, but sources have told our political team that voters in Kentucky will have the option to vote absentee if they're concerned about COVID. And they'll be able to drop that ballot off in the mail or in a ballot drop box, kind of like the one you see here. Now, this is in Washington State, where both options already exist. So as soon as voters fill out their ballots, they can either mail them in to be counted or drop them in any one of these big white boxes throughout their community. Election officials wanted these to be an option for people who would feel more comfortable with their ballot not going through the mail. Now, I spoke to the county auditor in Spokane County, Washington. She said they've never had a problem with anyone being able to get inside one of these things to tamper with votes in any way. And she says so far, voters have seemed to prefer them over the mail.
Almost 60 to 65% of the ballots coming back to us were coming back to us through our white drop boxes. Our ballot drop boxes are very secure. They are heavy steel. The access point to the drop box is padlocked. And there's also a numbered plastic seal that goes onto the opening so that if there's any tampering, we know about it immediately. But you would have to go through a couple of padlocks in order to get into those boxes.
Now, when she says heavy steel, she is not kidding. She says they've survived cars running into them. And she stressed several times that their absentee voting system is secure and they have not seen any widespread problems whatsoever. In fact, she said that going entirely to vote by mail has made life easier for her and other election officials in Washington. And it was the hybrid model that we're looking to adopt that was harder to manage when they had that. So on that note, I asked her what we can do to make it as smooth as possible. And she said that the more people who can get their ballots in early, the better. Kristen?